We finally got rid of a huge eyesore in our backyard. Stay tuned. Hi and welcome to my channel. In today's YouTube shorty video, I'm going to share with you how we got rid of a really big, kind of ugly eyesore that's been in our backyard since we moved here 9 years ago. When we bought this house, this was already here. This house was a model home back when this community first opened back in the late 1990s. And because it was a model home, they had these special features, different ones in different homes. You know how these architects come in, like these designers from California, to come up with these ideas that are different, that may attract somebody to a model home. Well, that's what this was. In the back of our house, we have a patio, and then there's like a little pool. It's more like a wading pool / hot tub type feature. And they put this huge concrete ball into the concrete, just right on the patio. For what? I have no idea. It served no purpose at all. It just sat there, and it was concreted in, so we couldn't move it. And it was, well, at least up above my waist, and I don't know, maybe 3 feet around or 2.5 feet around. And the only thing it ever got used for is the grandkids love to climb all over it and stand on it and jump off. That was it. Well, we also had one of these concrete balls in the courtyard that was half the size. And we took that out, I think 2 years ago. Dave did it himself. And he used a jackhammer, and he worked for days to bust up all that concrete. Well, when it came time to do something about this one, he knew he couldn't do it. He just doesn't have the strength anymore to do this kind of labor-intensive work. So we knew we had to hire someone. Well, we were so very blessed to get my friend James to do the work. Dave had posted an ad on, I think it was Nextdoor app or something, to find out if there was anyone out there that could bust up a huge concrete ball. And James responded. Come to find out, he worked here for the greenery, which does all the landscaping for our community. So I had met him years ago and would see him as I'm out walking sometimes in the afternoon. And since then, he went off on his own. And so it was great to see him again, and he took the job on. So I'm going to show you some pictures and a few clips of just how he had to break this ball of concrete up. We thought it was solid concrete, but actually it was only about 6 inches thick. And then in the center of it was styrofoam and these metal rods. I believe they're called rebar. And I mean, he went to town on it. So I will show you the pictures and a little bit of footage from the work he did, how hard he worked, how he got it broke up, and of course he hauled it all away, and what it looks like now. And all I can tell you is I am so glad that big ball of concrete is gone. It just took up so much space, served no purpose, and we didn't like it at all. So I'll come back after the clips and we'll finish up this conversation. Well, after he used the jackhammer for a while and some other tools, he's got a nice big crack there. You can see the thickness of the concrete. And now he's got to keep chiseling away to see what is down in there. There's some rebar, and I can start to see some of the foam, like the styrofoam. There's a pipe coming up the middle. I'm not sure what that was there for. Now you can see all the styrofoam. He's got to break all that up and the rebar. And of course, I'm in the background sweeping, trying to clean up, sweeping one-handed because of my wrist. He probably wanted to get rid of me. So there's all the chunks and little pieces, and he's got a long way to go. Well, as you can see, after a day and a half, almost 2 days of work, the ball is gone. Look how open that space is. I'm so happy to have that freed up. So now I'm going to have to put something there. Oh, I found the perfect thing. 2 chairs and a little table. Perfect for me to have my coffee. Well, as you can see, our big ugly eyesore is gone. I love it. I love that extra space. I decided to put 2 chairs there and a little round table in the middle because the sun hits there first thing in the morning. So it's a great place to sit and have my coffee, and I am just thrilled with it. I wonder if any of you all have ever had or seen some kind of feature on a home that's just a big ugly eyesore like this. I just wish we had gotten rid of it years ago. Well, now I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. For my inside beauty tip today, I have a little story to share with you, but first I want to read you something from Luke 6:38. Give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For with the measure you use it will be measured back to you. The story I want to share with you is something that happened to us. Now, by blessing someone else, many times we are blessed tenfold. That's not the reason that we bless someone else. We do it because we have a generous spirit and a generous heart. But sometimes God just doubles, triples, tenfold that blessing because of His very generous spirit. And that's sort of what this story is. So when James quoted us a price to tackle this big ball of concrete, we thought it was a very, very fair price. We were very pleased with it. He worked 2 days on getting rid of that ball of concrete. And of course, he hauled it all off. He swept everything, cleaned everything up. I mean, he just went above and beyond. So we paid him double of the price that he asked for. He didn't want to take it. He said, oh, absolutely not. But we insisted because we were so very grateful that he removed it and he gave us such a good price. And it was worth it. He was worth it. That man worked really, really hard. And it just made us feel good in our hearts. Well, within 45 minutes, Dave had gotten a phone call right after that, right after we paid him and he left. And it was someone here in our community requesting that Dave come over and look at the outside of their house because they wanted the whole outside of the house, gutters, trim, and everything repainted. Now, Dave hasn't done a whole house on the outside for, probably 7, 8 months because things have slowed down due to the economy and people are having to use their money just to survive. He's been doing inside jobs, but not a big whole house on the outside. That's a big job. Well, he went over, he looked at it, he gave the man the quote, and the man said, "When can you start?" He got that job. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Now, of course, we weren't expecting that. Dave doesn't advertise at all. It's strictly word of mouth. And like I said, he has not painted a whole house on the outside for close to 9 months. And in comes that call, and he got that job. So we were blessed tenfold that same day. Never look to bless someone else in hopes that you get something back or that you get blessed in an even bigger way. But when it happens, it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. So that big whole house job for Dave will help us out in the future for things we want to do and provide many more avenues that we can help and bless others. You know, it comes full circle, doesn't it? Have you ever had something like that happen to you? If you have, please share it in the comments section. It doesn't matter how big or how small the blessing is. You could bless someone by just baking them a cake, and a blessing may come back to you in the same way or 10 times bigger. I just think it's amazing, and I would love to hear your story if you have one. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya!